Today's topic is on communication, but this is really such a big topic that we're going to talk about it probably over a couple of different episodes. Sex is difficult to talk about with anyone. Even more difficult when you're talking to the person that you have sex with. And when we throw cancer into the mix, it makes it even more complicated. Think about the last time that you had a conversation about sex with your partner. How did it go? Had you thought about what you wanted to say ahead of time? Did the message you intended be received the same way? Did anything get in the way of the message? Did the tone or anybody's inflection or the silence that you might have heard, did it get in the way of what you were trying to accomplish? Generally speaking, communication is difficult on emotional topics. So I have an idea for you in preparation for making a conversation on this topic more successful. This is something that I did when I was recovering from my cancer treatment and my husband and I were struggling to have intercourse. I wrote a letter, and there are two reasons why this can be helpful to you in preparation for a conversation. One, because it will help you identify your thoughts and feelings, what you want to accomplish with the conversation, what you want said, how you want to say it. It will give you the ability to collect your thoughts and feelings over a period of time versus just all in one setting. It will allow you to think about how you want to write something, how it might be received the way you wrote that. You can revisit and tweak it. You can make sure that your words really do represent your feelings and that your thoughts are clearly conveyed. The other reason to write a letter is you can position the conversation that you want to have. If you're at all like me, I have a partner that isn't interested in having meaningful conversations about sex very often. He's afraid of the conversations. Not because he's afraid of his own thoughts and feelings, but because that's something I'm very comfortable talking about, and talking about his thoughts and feelings don't come as easily for him. So if I said, could we have a conversation about sex? He would probably try to avoid that conversation, would hope that it would be real short, and would really need some time to prepare for it. What this letter will do is give him all of that too. So what you want to say, you can say in a controlled environment, in the sequence you want to say it, unfiltered, and he also can process it, think about what you said, and prepare his thoughts too for the conversation. I'm going to read you the first letter that I wrote to my husband. When I sat down to do it, I didn't intend to send it. I really sat down to just examine my own feelings. And I've written several since then. Some I sent, some I haven't. But this was the first one that I think represented how I felt at the time and what some of my fears were. We'll talk about it as soon as I'm done here. I'm writing this because it seems easier than talking. I know how disappointed you are with that things are different for us. I know you hate it that sex causes me so much pain. After rewriting this several different ways, I think I just wanted you to know that I'm sorry. The last 6 months have been difficult for you too, and you haven't complained at all. I wanted so badly to have things go back to the way they were. My body just hasn't recovered like we all expected it would. Sometimes I wonder if you're giving up on things getting better. Don't. I haven't. We'll figure it out. I start rehabilitation next week, and they're hopeful about that. No matter what, just know I miss feeling that close to you too. We might have to just get more creative. I want to talk to you about this and promise it won't take all day. Can we talk on Saturday before we leave town? Won't take more than 30 minutes. Promise. I love you. So if you were to evaluate, kind of pick apart that letter, I spent some time thinking about how I really felt. And how I really felt was I wanted to acknowledge that he has been wonderful about this. He hasn't complained about it. And that I am too disappointed. I wanted to acknowledge that I understand its importance, the importance that he places on it, and I wanted him to know that it was as important to me. I also wanted him to understand that I'm still hopeful about it, and I wanted him to be too, and that possibly we may need to be more creative, which suggests we might have to strategize about how to resolve this together, maybe in a different way. Writing a letter can help you have a more productive conversation about issues that are sensitive and emotional. Had I not written that first, in all likelihood, I may have teared up and struggled through that conversation to say those exact things. Last week I asked you to answer a few questions, and one of the questions was, what would you like your partner to know without having to be told, without you having to tell them? You could put that information in this letter, what you want them to know that may be difficult for you to actually speak about. Emotions oftentimes get in the way of good communication. If you want to have a productive conversation with your partner, think about the letter that you would write in preparation for that conversation. What would it say? What feelings would you try to convey? We'll talk about it more next time when we go over the 6 rules around having a great conversation. Remember, your questions are always welcomed and encouraged. Visit us at our website where we have great information and resources at aftercancer.co. And while you're there, sign up to join the community of survivors struggling with these same issues. I look forward to your questions and comments.